But, he's going to get this slew of charges where he is going to get little to no time.
Yeah, because these are just misdemeanor charges. He got one felony charge, vandalism, but that's not that big.
Nobody's serving prison time for vandalism.
No.
So he's going to get off with nothing again when he was probably there to kill someone.
Yeah, he was definitely probably there to kill someone.
I mean, trying to get into the house with a hammer. What was his plan once he was in the house with the hammer? Let's go into this JD Vance situation. You got some information on that?
Oh, yeah, JD Vance. So recently, JD Vance's house in Ohio got broken into. Now, according to reports, they have a suspect. He's a young man. He's 26 years old. His name is William.
He's been arrested, right?
Yeah, he's been arrested. His name is William DeBoer. And I have some information on him. I want to pull it up for you guys.
Well, before we pull it up, I'm interested to see. So the first news that we got on X, Twitter, whatever, was that there were gunshots outside of his house. I saw shortly later that somebody said he had a hammer busting out the windows. So it's just interesting to see, even on the media, which we have to turn to trust there, you always have to do your due diligence when reading articles. Be patient, let the information come out. I'm not sure what happened, but I guess we'll find out.
It seems to me from my research that it was him busting out a window in JD Vance's house.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like from the pictures too.
Yeah, from the pictures
it didn't look like gunshots.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first reporting, was multiple people on X, actually channels with that are well respected, that came out and said that there were gunshots. But I had a feeling that might.
I think that was just them probably jumping the gun and not letting the story develop.
Oh, let's dive in.
But let's get into this. So let me pull this up. So this some background on William D4. So on January 5th, 2026, a man identified as William D4, 26 years old, was arrested for allegedly breaking into the Cincinnati, Ohio home of Vice President JD Vance. Now, some of the background of him, his age and residency, DeBoer is a 26-year-old resident of Cincinnati, specifically the Hyde Park or Walnut Hills area. In 2018, he graduated of Summit Country Day School, where he was once recognized as a U.S. Presidential Scholars Program candidate. He previously attended the University of Cincinnati's College Conservatory of Music and recently enrolled in Cincinnati State Technical and Community College. So he had a lot going on for himself.
It seems like the indoctrination program is working perfectly.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to get into next, because it says family background. Reports indicate he comes from a prominent local family. His father is a pediatric urologist and a professor at the University of Cincinnati. So I really wanted to hop on that topic of his father is a professor at the University of Cincinnati, because I might be wrong, but as you know, many universities within America are left-wing indoctrination camps. So if he has a father that is a professor at one of those indoctrination camps, I'm pretty sure he planted some seeds in him of being hateful towards people that are more right-leaning on the right, which JD Vance is, you know what I mean?
Well, also, he went to school for music.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on musicians. I am a musician, but
it does tend to lean a little bit more left, I would say.
Extreme blue hair left.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure his father probably planted some seeds in his head of how to really think and feel about certain type of people. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why he might have went after JD Vance. Now, another reason too, his mental health and criminal history. So in 2023, he was charged with trespassing at a psychiatric emergency facility. The case was dismissed after he was found incompetent to stand trial.
Yeah, he was just trying to go where he belongs.
Yeah, I think
you gotta be kidding me. This kid's trying to break into a psychiatric emergency facility.
Yeah.
He's probably having a psychiatric breakdown, some kind of issue. And he tried to break in because he knew he needed help.
Yeah.
So they found him incompetent to stand trial.
Right, exactly.
That's wild.
It is wild.
That's the wildest thing.
It is wild. And now further in 2024, he was charged with felony vandalism for breaking windows at a local business. He was placed in a mental health court system in order to undergo treatment in lieu of conviction.
So 2 charges.
Right, so 2 charges.
Both let go because of my mental health.
Right, exactly. And a lot of times well, depending on what state you're in, they're a little bit more lenient when it comes to mental health.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're too lenient, and in this case, they might have been too lenient because letting him go without any treatment could have led to vice president being killed.
This brings me to this is a little side note, but this brings me to James Fishback, who's running for governor of Florida. Big fan myself, but he has come forward and said, every single person who's convicted of a violent crime or this, there's always some mental issue involved.
Oh, definitely always a mental issue.
There's always, but he came out and he said, I'm done with therapy. I'm done with this. No, we put them in prison. They're criminals. It doesn't matter. We put them in prison because if a psychiatric issue is always a reason to allow someone to remain in the streets, then everyone will be in the streets because normal people aren't out here committing crime.
No, normal people are not out here committing crime, especially violent crime, something that he was about to do when he broke into J.D. Vance's house, because his motive for breaking into the house was not just to go sightsee in the house.
Absolutely not.
So,
this is a really trend. This is a trend. We are under attack as conservatives, which makes it on me almost stupid that you and I are sitting here building a podcast together. Wow, we are nuts.
He's like, we're nuts.
You're seeing things. Tim Pool. His facility was shot at again.
I saw that.
3 gunshots. That's after an armed person already entered the facility. A year or two ago. We have J.D. Vance's house almost being broken in. The president almost shot twice. Or shot once, almost shot another time. Charlie Kirk murdered in cold blood.
Yeah,
they are coming for us. And there's no way around it. There's no lying about it. Stop lying to yourselves. They are 100% coming for us. If you're a conservative and you have a voice which can be heard, they're coming for you.
Oh, yeah. They want to silence your voice.
So, I'm out.
He's like,
I'm out.
No, we got to stay in the fight.
Stay in the fight, guys. But no, it's just, this is what's going on in our country now. It is.
It's sad.
We are under attack, and they are really showing their colors. The left is, no other way to put it other than demonic, moralists, and cowards. Yeah, because you shouldn't. You want to throw fists? Let's throw fists about your opinions.
You shouldn't kill somebody for what they believe in. It's pretty sad.
If you got such a big problem with me, you want to hurt me, well then bring your blue hair ass over here and let's fucking throw down.
Yeah, they just want to kill you and do away with you. It's very sad.
It's only getting worse all the time.
Yeah, it gets worse all the time.
I anticipate, now that we're in election year, it's really going to start to ramp up even harder.
Yeah, we coming into midterm, so we might see a few more scenarios like this of other politicians. Definitely, even commentators as well.
Commentators, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now, you definitely gotta keep your head low. Now, I do have a video that gives more details about the suspect that did this. So let's check this video out.
One man is now in custody.
Well, we're just going to stop right here. We're done. Do we need to say anything else?
Nah, it's the standard.
Is that a boy or a girl?
Nah, that is a boy.
You sure?
Yeah, it's a boy. I believe.
Is a boy, was a boy, might be a boy.
I believe that is a boy.
Will be a boy. What is it? I knew that was coming. I don't know why. I just knew it was coming. All right.
Yeah, it's a standard.
Sorry, guys.
Following an attempted break-in at Vice President J.D. Vance's Cincinnati home this morning.
Yeah, he looks crazy.
Police arresting the suspect after they found him smashing a window with a hammer. News Nation's Mills Hayes joins us live. So, Mills, what is the latest on this investigation?
Nicole, police are still investigating this attempted break-in at Vice President Vance's Cincinnati home. Vance on X saying that a crazy person tried to break in by hammering the windows. And a law enforcement official confirmed the suspect to News Nation as 26-year-old William DeFore. He was charged with 1 felony count of vandalism and 3 misdemeanors for obstructing official business, criminal damaging or endangering, and criminal trespass.
All right, so here's the problem with this. Obviously, it's great they called him.
Yeah, it is great.
They called him quick.
Yeah, they called him quick.
There's police outside of J.D. Vance's house at all times.
Yeah.
Whether he's there or not, there are police outside at all times.
It is.
So not only is he crazy, but he's not the sharpest tack.
No, not at all.
But, you know, he's going to get this slew of charges where he is going to get little to no time.
Yeah, because these are just misdemeanor charges.
May get
Well, he got one felony charge, vandalism, but that's not that big.
Nobody's serving prison time for vandalism.
No.
So he's going to get off with nothing again when he was probably there to kill someone.
Yeah, he was definitely probably there to kill someone.
I mean, trying to get into the house with a hammer. What was his plan once he was in the house with the hammer?
Right. It wouldn't have ended just sightseeing in the house, I'll tell you that much.
Look at his eyes. Look at this dude. Let's just bring this up real big. Look at those eyes. You think he's in the house with a hammer and he's not taking your... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting scalped. You're getting scalped.
Yeah, he was definitely there to do work. He wasn't there to just sightsee.
No.
Was actually put under the guardianship of his mother in 2024 because of a mental illness, according to court records.
I'm sure a woman
DeFore
can handle
also
a
allegedly
lunatic male.
vandalized a Secret Service vehicle on his way up the driveway.
Offense,
He
I
was
don't care.
detained by the Secret Service, and the Cincinnati police later took him into
Should've
custody.
given him to his father
Vice
and let him
President
beat his
had been
ass.
at his home in Cincinnati
Yeah, they
for
should have.
most of last week until meeting with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago Friday, briefly before the strikes in Venezuela. He was back in Cincinnati for the weekend before leaving Sunday afternoon, meaning thankfully he and his family were not home at the time. One former Secret Service agent tells me there will likely be an internal investigation into
I don't
how
like
this
JD
man
Vance is
was able to
attached
get
to your
so
lobes.
close to the home.
I never even noticed that.
Obviously,
attached to
there's
his
been
chin
some
almost.
mistakes made, you know, either from back to the manpower that's there that they didn't observe this.
I want to go over what he just said. So he's former, I think he's former head of Secret Service. He's saying that there apparently was some mistake made with the Secret Service. Now, it's coming to my recognition that I don't know if the Secret Service is purely incompetent or they have someone that's compromised within their agency. Because in 2024, if you remember, there was multiple checkpoints where the Secret Service could have stopped the assassination attempt on then President candidate Trump. They had multiple checkpoints where they could have stopped that. In this situation right here, if they have a perimeter set up around JD Vance's house, why is a 26-year-old young man even able to get up to the window to even smash the window?
The bar has been lowered. The bar has been lowered across the board from wherever the average was. The bar has been lowered for everything. And you can see that when you go to restaurants. You can see that when you go to gas stations. You can see that when you go to the grocery store or to Best Buy. Wherever you go, you can see that the bar has been lowered. So why would it be any different with a government agency?
That's true. Maybe the bar has been lowered and we just have a lot of incompetent people that are serving in the Secret Service. And that's why scenarios like this are happening. So do you think it's more incompetence other than somebody's compromised?
You know, Occam's razor, I'd say that it's probably incompetence. The easiest, usually the accurate answer is the one that you can drive a straight line to.
Okay.
You know, in order to believe that there's this setup, you got to believe this person told this person told this person.
Yeah.
They covered it up, and that's just a lot. It's a lot to believe.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know? So
you think pretty much we just need a restructuring probably of certain government agencies?
all of them.
And you said all of them?
All of them. Maybe we could start with.
I would say especially
all of them.
Yeah, I would say all of them. But I would say especially the law enforcement ones that are there to protect people and make sure people can get home to their families at the end of the day. That definitely needs to run very militant and very organized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I
so-
mean, how many? I would like to figure out sometime how many people were actually fired after the attempted Trump assassination.
You know, I'm not sure. I know that they switched the Secret Service director. I know they switched that to a new person.
And his detail was changed.
Yeah,
know that.
and I know his detail was changed because I remember his detail was full of guys that didn't even really reach.
Whoa. It wasn't full of guys.
Well, yeah, girls too.
Full of women.
Yeah, women. It was full of women, and then it was full of guys also that didn't reach his height level. So it's like Trump is
Who's going to take the shot?
right. Trump is a very tall person, so if you putting bodyguards on him, they need to be able to match his height to be able to cover him fully. You know, so girls couldn't do that, and then short guys couldn't do that. So they just had it all messed up. It's like the people that was protecting Trump.
Incompetence.
Yeah, incompetence.
This
Exactly.
is incompetence.
Right.
And if you look through all of this, it's just a replicated story. Incompetence. It happens all the time with every agency, but it's really been highlighted with the Secret Service.
Yeah, it's really been highlighted with the Secret Service lately. They have been purely incompetent over the last 2-3 years, I would say.
But my question is, how come all the Democrats are safe?
And that's where I come in at where, are you sure it's not an inside job?
That is one way to think, but also the other thing to think is, believe what you like, but the right just is not that violent. The right,
Well, that's true too. They're not as violent.
I mean, we can actually look. Actually, while we're here, today is January 6th. We can look back and see the only instance of right-wing violence or getting out of hand. Who knows what really happened January 6th? But that's the only instance you can really show of a large-scale right-wing violence. Otherwise, there's the occasional lunatic who lashes out. The Charlottesville guy many years ago. There's these singular individuals throughout our history that we see on the right who have committed acts of violence.
Yeah.
But it is a repeat story with the left, and it's always groups of people. It's never, not that it's never, but it's typically groups and not singular individuals.
Yeah, that's true. Typically groups. Yeah. We see it a lot more on the left. Definitely.
It's
a lot more. So you're right. Maybe it's not really somebody's compromise in the Secret Service, but when the Secret Service protects someone on the left, they just don't have as much of a threat.
Yeah. That's exactly
coming
right.
towards them. That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, we keep going.
The property, then coming onto the property. So there's going to be a lot of questions need to be answered.
The suspect will be interviewed by the Secret Service about his intentions. He is being held on local charges, but officials say that federal charges may
He's
also
smart.
be coming
He will keep
as
his
the
mouth
investigation
shut.
continues, Nicole.
All right, Mills Hayes,
he
thank
will.
you.
Thank you for watching.
But yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you guys for that topic, how JD Vance got his house broken into. Luckily, he wasn't at his residence when that happened, so that's a good thing,
So I've seen, they have all these poly market predictions where you can bet on really wild things. So one guy was betting that X amount of political deaths or political assassinations would happen last year. And his number came up. The number was way short, even if you include ones that probably should not be included.
Okay.
Before the midterm elections, what do you think the odds are of 5 names that would be recognized being attacked or murdered? What do you think the odds are? 5.
You want me to give you 5 names?
No, I'm just saying, what do you think the odds are that 5 people of prominent name will be attacked, murdered, or attempted, an attempted assault on them by midterms? You think the odds are pretty high?
I think the odds would be pretty high. Yeah, definitely.
5 is probably a low number, I would think.
Yeah, I would say the odds are pretty high with that.
We've had far more than 5 in the last 6 months. So
Yeah,
as we
definitely.
approach midterms, I'm sure the number is going to increase heavily.
I'm pretty sure the number is going to increase. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but it's definitely going to increase. Yeah.
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, it's the world we live in now. But we got to keep up the fight.
All right.
All right, so what you got for us next, for our next topic?
Let's see here.